Hello and welcome to Rosedale Park as we are underway. Big matchup between the Hutt Valley Marist and the Ramblers. Unbeaten, of course, coming into this one. It's day 3, game 47 on the schedule. And right off the bat, things have been quite competitive. First batter aboard for Hutt Valley. And now with 2 away, it is Logan Paul Woolley at the plate.
Well, Lance, I'm happy to report, mate, I caught 2 Ubers, 1 bus, 1 corporate jet from Hutt Valley Marist, care of Robbie Eastope, and I'm lucky enough to join you this morning, mate. Great to have you along, Lance. How's your morning going today? 9 a.m. here. Did you get yourself a mochaccino or was it a flat white latte?
No, I didn't do either. I went with a typical Americana, and that gave me the jolt that I needed. A pleasure to be here again, Chopper, as we got a good one going on here, and I'm glad that your private jet was able to get you here on time as usual.
On time as usual. Well, big game up this morning. It's the last round of the round robins from the pool play, and these 2 teams will decide the placings in their pool, actually. Hutt Valley Marist have put together a great campaign through the first couple of days, and, of course, Mount Albert Ramblers, they're undefeated coming into this one, Lance.
Well, impressive. I mean, both teams, when you look at the Ramblers, of course, sporting a 4-0 record, they've only given up 3 runs in 4 games. They've been masterful. Hutt Valley has been equally as good. They have lost one, a tough 4-3 loss, but other than that, they've given up 9 runs in 4 games, and so this really is a battle of 2 heavyweights.
It sure is indeed. The heavyweights come out in the morning. The playoff section will start at 1 p.m. today, so there'll be a break of action across the park for the 11 o'clock round as they sort out who is X1, B2, C3. I don't know how that works, Lance, to be honest with you. But what I do know is the top 2 teams from each of the pools, 4 pools to play, they will go through to the top 8. The next 2 teams will go the middle 8, and then, of course, the bottom 8 will take care of the rest of those teams. But these 2 teams, they're right in the hunt right now as we see the runner off and running on the pitch, and the foul's back. Let's introduce the lineups for you for Hutt Valley Marist. And apologies, we missed a couple of batters. There was a home run, I believe, and I'm going to get that ratified for the scoreboard. So we'll just drop the scoreboard down for a second until we get the score correctly for you. But Hutt Valley Marist got off to a hot start. Offensively for them today, it's Murphy Albright will lead off. The second baseman, Joel Evans, is in the DP role. He probably hit the home run, to be fair. We'll find out soon. Corey List, he's listed as the pitcher and hitting in the 3 spot. Noah Krynen is hitting 4 today. And Logan Paul Woolley, that's who's batting right now. He's in the 5 spot. Caleb Taylor's hitting 6 today. Brian Woolley in the 7 spot. Shire Hoggets and Kenan Eastope ran out the batting order for Hutt Valley Marist. Well, Mount Albert Ramblers, they haven't led in much runs this week. Very good defence, and they are led by their spearhead centre fielder, Ryan Early, out there. He's joined in the outfield by the left fielder, Brendan Corporal-Lowison. At right field is Maddox Rice. In the hot corner, Devon Carr, the youngster. Great to see him getting a start here this morning. Brock Evans is the mainstay at shortstop. Over at second, his brother Reese. And first baseman is Dinger, Kyle Roberts. Wait till you see him bat. That kid is cool, I tell you. Max Early behind the dish, and the starting pitcher is Floyd Nola. Lance, Mount Albert Ramblers, we've seen a bit of them this week already. They are the defending champions. We see them swipe second base here. They are the defending champions, Lance, and they've looked every part of the billing, haven't they?
Well, they have, and they have done what defending champs are supposed to do, and that's win the games they're supposed to win. And they've gotten on a roll, a big 8-0 win in their first game. I think that set the table. They've managed to get a lot of guys in, so they've got a bit of flow, lots of chemistry going, and above all, they've got the experience. They know how to win the club nationals, and you can see they're in good standing right now for another run.
This one's hit hard, looking for another run at it for sure. Mount Albert Ramblers, mainstay. We had Reese Evans into the booth yesterday, talked about why have they brought on this basically decade of dominance of softball within New Zealand. Talks about culture within the club. Obviously great fan base and supporters, well looked after. But it's the work ethic they put it down to. Really is the work ethic. And we see a run. We see the strike come through there. Again, just trying to catch up with the scoreboard. Won't be far away from getting that. I was going to do the scoreboard, but I forgot. We had to refuel the jet this morning in Vegas before coming over, Lance. And my problem is I was trying to get out of your penthouse on the strip, and that's not that easy to get out of in the morning.
Well, that's why I don't go often, Chopper, to be honest with you. The traffic's killer, and quite frankly, getting up is a real chore. So I can understand where you're coming from. I'm just glad that you managed to make it. You always seem to make it, no matter what. So it's good on you on that. And yeah, and while you're at that penthouse, pay a couple of months rent for me too while you're at it. Take care of that, and we'll be good. All right?
Hey, I don't have to pay the rent. It just takes you about 15 minutes on the blackjack table, and you've got the whole month covered. So
and that's it. It's done, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and the entourage covered. So thank you, sir, for your skills. Yeah.
You can't go to Vegas with an entourage. Good's going.
I had a funny saying one day, don't take sand to the beach. Anyway, we're moving on here.
We better. We sure better.
Some of the first things. Caleb Taylor now, starting catcher for Hutt Valley Marist. In the band. This kid, that's obviously Nola on the screen there, the pitcher, but the batter, Taylor, I remember seeing him, must have been about 12 years old, maybe 11, when I first kind of caught a glimpse of him. And I tell you, Lance, and I give a couple of players a bit of stick about having colourful batting gloves and sliding mitts and stuff yesterday. Well, this kid had everything. He had the necklace, he had the arm brace, the knee pad, you name it. He had it all going on. Bling, bling city.
Well, you can't play well if you don't look good. That's just the name of the game, right? Isn't that all part of the package? You very rarely see a scrubby-looking Major League Baseball player, right? Gear's always matching. Everything looks pretty tight. You know how it is, Chopper. You know how you used to look when you played. Well, okay, forget that. You know how some other guys used to look when they played, right?
Yeah, agreed. Going to get one of my crew just to pop down to the score to get an update on the score for me. And then that way, Chopper's not shooting. 2-0. Here we go. All right, well, we can put the scoreboard up. I'm fairly confident with that now. As we see the out, that'll be the third out, so that'll take care of business. Anyway, 2-0 here, Hutt Valley Marist, and I think it was a 2-run shot. We'll find out who hit that when we come back. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Hutt Valley Marist Ramblers, the corporate jets filled up, ready for takeoff. And ready for takeoff here on Diamond 1 Freeman Field. It's day 3 of competition, 2026 Men's Open Club National Championships. Good morning to you. Atamari here. Welcome into today's broadcast. Thank you for joining us. Hope you've got yourself a Americano, just like Lance won this morning, or in Chopper's case, I've got a hazelnut latte thingy-majiggy But I tell you what, it's good. Nothing like a coffee in the morning, is it? Bottom of the first innings, and just an update from that top of the first, Hutt Valley Marist. It was Murphy Albright that got on base, and then Joel Evans, the hero from 2017 at the World Cup in Yukon. He hit a 2-run shot. That's the difference in the game so far offensively. Let's have a look at the offense now for Mount Albert Ramblers. It'll be Brock Evans leading off here at the top of the order. He'll be followed by Ryan Early, Jack Beesgrove in the 3 spot today, the DP role. Reece Evans will be hitting 4. Maddox Rice, Floyd Nola 5 and 6. And then it is Dinger, Kyle Roberts in the 7 spot. Can't wait for him. Cannot wait for Kyle Roberts. Dinger. Wait, before I go any further, Lance, remember there was that viral clip of a kid interviewed at the, what's the American Little League Baseball? Yeah, Little League Baseball. And this guy, I can't remember the kid's name. And they interviewed him and he goes, "My name's Lance Wynn and I hit dingers." Do you remember that kid?
I do. I do remember that young fella. He's the kid who they thought was overaged, but he was just big for his age.
Yeah, exactly.
Mistaken. Yeah.
Well, that's Kyle Roberts, the first baseman for Mount Albert Ramblers in this game. He's New Zealand's version of Dinger. So there you go. Max Early will be hitting 8 today.
Right.
Brendan Corpu-Lawrison will round out the batting order for Mount Albert Ramblers. Underway here in the bottom of the first inning. Slashing this one to the left field. It'll land inside the line and off to the races he goes. 2's not enough. He'll look to get into 3 and trot in standing up. Brock Evans with a strong start.
A good answer for the Ramblers. You give up a 2-run home run in the first at bat, and then you come back in your first chance to stick and get a leadoff triple from Evans. So setting the pace, and we certainly expected this again. 2 heavyweights going toe-to-toe, blow for blow. So interesting to see how this one will develop, see if the Ramblers can at least put a run up on the board and cut into this 2-run lead.
Ryan Early now with a runner at third base, just 60 feet away to try and halve the lead. Lance, so before I get to the defensive lineup, Hutt Valley Marist, after getting that 2-run lead, what were they wanting to establish right here this innings?
Well, I think the whole idea is to the Ramblers want to answer, but if you're Hutt Valley, you're trying to keep them off the board. And if anything, right now, after surrendering that leadoff triple, you want to, if you give up that run, you want that to be the only run you give up. You want to go into the second inning with a lead. And right now, I think they're going to have to tighten their D and, do a good job of pitching to some of these really good hitters like Early and Besgrove.
Defensively for the Hutt Valley Marist side out there in the field. Their traditional maroon shirt, as that one clips the outside edge of the zone. Left to right in the outfield for them, it'll be Logan Paul Woolley. Centre is Taikaha Cope. Right fielder for them is Shire Hoggets. Hard hit the middle. What a play for the shortstop, Keenan Eastside. Wow!
That's some pretty impressive defense there, ranging to his left. And that's just a tricky hop, too. With that infield, you're not quite sure what that last hop's where it's gonna get you. And a great job with some great hands, and even better that the ball was hit so hard by Early that no chance for the runner to score from third.
Jack Beesgrove now will step in to go to work, slashes at the first pitch. So one away here. That defensive lineup, we're into the infield. Well, Keenan Eastside, he just introduced himself, the shortstop. At third base for them, the hot corner is Brian Woolley. This one buzzes the tower. Second baseman today, one of the experienced campaigners on the lineup, Murphy Albright. He led off for them as well. Cowboy Caleb Taylor with all the bling. He's over at, he's behind the dish. High hopper here. Tough play. Can't come home. List thought about it. Assessed the situation and no chance at least to get an outs.
No, I think too much air. The bounce was too high, and quite frankly, I think that Hutt Valley was lucky to get this out, as it was a close play, but a good job by Besgrove to collect the RBI and, more importantly, trim the lead in half.
2 runs to 1 now on that ground out by Beesgrove. That'll bring up to bat Reece Evans, starting second baseman. And I haven't actually had this confirmed, but I think he's moved into the player coach role, Lance, just mimicking Nathan Nukunuku's time with Ramblers. They do have an experienced campaigner with them as well, but I believe that's what his role is.
Well, I think that, again, that's what strengthens the program is when guys that went through the program come back and give back to what they've learned, share their experience, and moving to the next level, they're able to, help these younger players along.
Oh, ground ball to second base will take care of business, and that'll get it done. You see the big guy walking over across the field there from Ramblers. Well, that's actually Calvin Roberts. I introduced him as Lance's brother. That'll be Dinger's dad, Lance, but that is Calvin Roberts. So he's assisting in the coaching role, but pretty sure Reese is in charge. Ramblers halve the lead. It is 2-1. Hutt Valley Marist leading. Back soon.
Sometimes, virtual reality begs for more reality. Jack Links is good with it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here, top of the second innings, and looks like we got ourselves a good one going this morning. Hutt Valley Marist leading 2-1, one on the back of a Joel Evans home run, and then Jack Beesgrove, the designated player, with a ground out after a Brock Evans triple to give us the score 2-1 as we carry on in this 9 a.m. matchup, day 3 of the National Men's Club Open Championship, brought to you by Softball New Zealand. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you are enjoying it wherever you are across the Motu Aotearoa, Te Ao, the world. It's a pleasure to have you into this morning's broadcast. I'm Jason Gerbes, a.k.a. Chopper. Got my good buddy right beside me here, Lance Wynn, on the call as well. Lance, thanks, bud, for taking the time. It's always great to have you along.
Always great to be here, Chopper. Glad to get in the booth after a bit of a 2-year hiatus for the first time.
Sure is indeed. So Brian Worley strikes out for the first out of the innings. It'll be Shai Hoggett's the right fielder. Then Keenan Oak, the East Hope, the nifty shortstop, you remember, from the last innings. He'll be batting third here in the innings. Ball up top.
Well, I think a lot has to be said about what Floyd Nola's done so far in this game. I mean, he surrendered that 2-run home run to Joel Evans, but other than that, he's put together 4 strikeouts of the last 5 batters. So he's certainly settled in here and looks like he's going to be a bit of a handful now going forward.
Little curve pitch on the outside action. Pops up. Plenty of room for Dinger, though, and he'll make it over the head, grab at the head. I tell you what, there is nothing simple about Dinger at first base.
Well, go easy on him just a bit. Those infield pop-ups are a little tricky when there's some wind blowing left to right, and a lot of times they look like they may be going one way and then the other. I think he did a good job just to get under it and make the grab.
First pitch is right down the tram line to Keenan Easthope, little nifty shortstop. Moved back to Hutt Valley Marist a couple of years ago, been at Hutt City United for quite a while. Wanted to find a shortstop starting spot, and boy, has he found one at Hutt Valley Marist. Big news internationally, I see yesterday, our mates, Tricky Nicky Hayes, not Nick Hayes, the Aussie who's living in Canada.
Nicky Shales.
Yeah, Nick Shales. Sorry, apologies, Nick. Signs back into play softball this season. As we see the strikeout, that'll do the top of the second innings. But how good before we go away, Lance? Nick Shales back in the game of fast pitch softball.
Well, I was really disappointed to see Nick Shales hang him up, and that was what it seemed like when he was going to exit stage left. And I'm just glad that the Batmen decided to pick him up, and I'm just glad we'll be privileged to see Nick Shales back in the diamond for another year.
So, I mean, we're really looking forward to seeing you guys back too. Bottom of the second coming up next. 2-1 Marist. That'll be Maddox Rice, so Floyd Nola and Kyle Roberts. Dinger coming up 3 in the order. Yeah, you might have noticed, Lance, I'm getting a little excited for Dinger to come to the plate.
A little bit, but I'm looking forward to seeing him bat as well, as you've hyped him up quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
So looking forward to see if you're able to pick your good players out. You've been pretty good so far since I've known you, so we will see if that bodes the same way.
See if Dinger can perform to his name. When he gets a chance, he'll be up 3rd in the order here. Bottom of the second innings. 2-1 ball game. Robbie said going behind the dish, all mic'd up for us. Thank you to our umpiring crew, the Blue Crew this week, and allowing us that access to them. Lance, I know we've talked about it a little bit, but having the access to get inside what they're doing, you see Steve Gallagher, Andrew McManus assisting. And just a slight change there with a couple of those umpires. So I'll give you the list of the umpires in a moment. Didn't get a chance to put them in this morning. Those was last night's game. But Steve Gallagher, he's a lovely gentleman. Back to you though, Lance. Getting the access of our umpires inside the huddle when they have a chat, things like that. How good?
Well, I mean, Chopper, we've been doing this for a long time, and a lot of times, or a majority of the time, we're really just guessing at what the conversation is with the umpires. And it's nice to actually hear the way they interact, the way they explain things, and the way they simplify things, so they make it a lot easier for us to relay the right information to the viewer. And even better, they're hearing it straight from the horse's mouth. So I think that the umpires being mic'd up is an excellent thing. It helps the broadcasters, and it also helps the broadcast overall. I think it's really good. Hats off to the Beyond the Ballpark.
This one's hit down the line. Nola off to the races, trying to turn it into 2. And he does with a turbo jet.
I'm out.
And let me correct, Chopper, that's Beyond the Dugout. Sorry.
You don't have to say sorry any time at all, my friend. How good, though, Floyd Nola knows he's got an opportunity to squeeze this into a double, and he does, bud.
Well, he wasted no time. He never broke stride. He was thinking 2 immediately when he hit that ball and saw it go through the infield. So good aggressive base running, which is what I expect to see at the New Zealand Men's Club Open Championships, quite frankly, and sure enough there. I would like to comment, though, on the Ramblers jerseys. Quite unique, I will say. It's looks like a combination of softball and rugby, and put into a nice, neat package. I like them, so just thought I would throw that in there.
You are the stylist, my friend. Well, I tell you who styles it up. Up to bat now. I've been waiting. The first baseman, it is Kyle Roberts, a.k.a. Dinger. Away he goes. Oh, ground ball to second base regulation. Boy, did he perform well there.
Well, listen, Chopper. Nobody bats 1,000, and that's certainly really good contact. That's just pounded into a hard infield. That's all, and unfortunately, a routine out, but good contact nonetheless. So Dinger will have to wait, but we'll look forward to his next at bat.
He does come off the back of a great season. Kyle Roberts made the debut appearance in the Auckland NFC team, who went through to be national champions in Otautahi Christchurch just a couple of weeks ago. And his elevation to the Auckland side, which is a very hard team to crack, has been due to his domestic performance this season. So Dinger, he's definitely got some action. He's supported by a great cast, as you see one of their teammates coming out there, Brendan Korpu-Lowison. And I wish Dinger all the well. I can tell you what though, Lance, not bad company off the diamond either.
Well, that's good. You are the social butterfly that is New Zealand, so we know you get around. I know you hang around Vegas too, but probably New Zealand a little more often.
Swing and a miss, so that will take care of business here in the bottom of the second innings. And yeah, I want to hang around in Vegas a little more. You're just going to give me the keys to the penthouse more often, Lance. One more time. Come on, please. That'll do us here.
Stay out of my place, man. Stay out of my place.
Stay out of my place. Well, don't stay out of this game. We'll be back for action. Top of 3. Marist leading 2-1.
From the humble beginnings of a Wellington garage and with a good helping of Kiwi Can Do, Resine have been proudly colouring New Zealand since 1946. Environmentally approved quality paints, colours and expert advice, all available at your local Resine colour shop. Our friendly team are here to help you get the best results for your project. With creative colours and innovative paint all made right here in New Zealand. You can rely on Resine to get the job done.
Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Perfect come back a little bit early because I want to introduce these fantastic umpires, our blue crew out there. And as you can see them all kind of moving around. Now, behind the dish is Robbie Sadgrove right there, just keeping the place nice and tidy. That's important. But he's joined by some great crew. There is Tama Howe, the third base umpire. He's keeping the plate tidy. Boy, tidy Kiwis, I'll tell you. And we got visiting from the South Island, Sam Michael at first base. There he is. But the guy that I really want to introduce to you, really impressed with him, all the way from Canada at second base. As the first pitch comes down, one of Lance's countrymen, Steve Gallagher. Welcome, Steve, to Aotearoa, sir. Congratulations on your appointment to this morning's game.
Great trip for Steve. Steve, an outstanding individual, and you know, he has really come a long way. And Chopper, we've not only been able to be privy enough to watch some of these athletes perform and watch their careers progress, but we get the same for the umpires, and they start off you know, with a fair bit of experience at this level, and then we watch them get more and more experience and better as they go. So hats off to Steve Gallagher. Great invitation for him, and I'm sure he's enjoying every minute of it.
I reckon that comment on Stephen Gallagher has probably earned you a umpire's shirt or a pin or a cap, and I know you'll cash in at some stage at some sort of it when you see the Canadian Umpiring Association.
Why don't you stop worrying about my gear, will you? I'm a collector, okay? Why you always on me about that? Mind your business. I thought I told you that already.
I tell you what, I've done so many talks with Lance Wood around the world. He turns up with a duffel bag, and it's empty. Like, he doesn't bring any clothes. He doesn't have to. As he leaves the tournament, he's got 3 suitcases full. It's the only guy I know who does it.
Your embellishing is still very impressive, I'll say.
Top of the third innings here. Well, remember the top of the first, we weren't quite up, but it was Murphy Albright that led off and got on base, and then Joel Evans, the New Zealand superstar, had a 2-run shot. But it's those two batters that are leading off here in the third. Albright first at the batter's box. A very experienced campaigner, been around quite a while, and great to see him here at the top of his games. Full count now, 3-2. Slaps the other way, comes off the chest, the car, and Albright gets her done.
Well, that's what happens when you put the bat on the ball and make solid contact. It made for a tough last hop there, I believe, for Carr at third base, and just a tough play. And if you don't charge that right away, which is very hard to do because it's hit so hard, you get that extra hop, and that's what ate him up, so to speak. And looking at Hutt Valley, boy, they dodged a bullet last inning with a 1-out double, and the Ramblers weren't able to cash in that tying run. So see here now if Hutt Valley can't put something together here and extend their lead.
Hard hit ball, trying to go back to back. This one just a little short of the track though. And Evans can't lift it out. Applause from the Ramblers supporting crew.
I think he got good contact. I think that's just a little at the end of the bat and didn't get all the power that he really wanted, and this one stayed inside the yard for a change.
So Murphy Albright and Joel Evans, two pickup players. They have gone back to their roots this year, Lance, and restarted the Wainuiomata Premier Men's team this season down in Hutt Valley. So good to have them back in the competition after quite a long hiatus, I might admit, from the Premier Men's division. And they've both been picked up for this team and at the top of the order. What great pickups, the two.
Well, sometimes that could be the difference in whether or not you advance to the playoff round or you do not. It could be that one or two instrumental players, and both those two are experienced enough and good enough to be impact players, and that's what they're doing here tonight.
Corey List takes that one just outside the zone. The Queenslander, second season here in New Zealand, played for Tortola Park last year. Now moved over to Hutt Valley Marist, of course, named in the Australian U23 team. They'll head away to the World Cup in Colombia coming up in about a month's time. Off and running on the pitch, Albright, and he will swipe second base. Not happy with it, off he goes again. And just like that, at a blink of an eye, Hutt Valley Marist got a runner at third base, 60 feet away, Lance.
Well, that's exactly what they were looking for, getting a runner not just in scoring position, but all the way to third base with less than 2 out. That means that they've got a couple of chances here to extend that lead. And when you've got two good teams going head-to-head, it could come down to just that one opportunity that either a team is able to capitalize on or can't. That could be the difference in the game.
Hard hit ball from List. This is trouble over the head of the left fielder. Murphy Albright will come in with ease, and Hutt Valley Marist are squeezing now, and they lead 3-1.
Well, that's a big RBI there, and again, you open that door of opportunity, big to cash, and that run, a big run, pushes it back to 2 on a good piece of hitting. Boy, I tell you, they were all over that pitch, and great job in driving that to the alley in left center.
Corey List, you know why he's been named for the Australian U23 team. Just an outstanding individual, two-way player, as you can see, pitching in this game, but also a heck of a batter. He'll be a big contributor when it comes to Colombia in a month's time for Lance.
Well, it's not often you have your starting pitcher is also batting in the 3 spot, and they haven't DP'd him, so they expect him to go more than just 1 inning.
Hard hit ball through the 5-6 hole. There's a play at the plate here, the throw, the tag, and he has got him. Wow! Max Early played that like a poker player.
That was beautiful. Not only that, but watch the athleticism by Early as he went out to get that ball that was offline and able to come back and slap the tag on to get the out. So good heads-up play. Great job behind the dish there by Early.
Oh, boy, that's a fantastic play. Well described. I want to give a cap tip to the broadcasting crew at Beyond the Dugout. They got that perfectly, lads. Done a great job this morning. Not too bad. A chopper better get a round of mochachinos or something. A little reward for that little capture right there, Lance.
And I hope everybody calls you out on that, okay? Because you need to reward them. They're doing the work, not us, okay?
They are indeed. They are indeed.
Well, that could turn out to be a big out, that play at home, if Hutt Valley isn't able to capitalize here and add another one. It could shift the momentum if the Ramblers are able to take advantage. But right now, Ramblers just trying to get this final out.
Ramblers are well drilled in the field. We talk about their work ethic. Happy to report my scoreboard skills haven't changed since yesterday, Lance.
I'm glad you reported that. I was actually wondering about that.
Yeah. Like, do we get the count? Do we get the outs at some stage?
Who needs to know all that? Right?
I've got a coffee in one hand, a commentator headset on the other hand, pen in the other hand, and a scoreboard in the other hand. I think I might have run out of hands.
I would think you ran out of hands 2 things ago, but that's okay. You got a different counter than I do. There's something else going on over there.
2-2 to count here on the big slugger, Logan Paul Worley. And boy, oh boy, Reese Evans at second base looks at Worley and goes, this kid can hit.
He can. Strikeout victim in his first at bat, so I think Nola looking to try and close the door here.
The ground ball comes off the front leg of Worley. You heard the umpire call that nice and quick. Robbie Sadko behind the dish, dead ball.
That was a good pitch, right inside on the hands. Don't give Woolley a chance to get the arms extended, tied him up just a bit. That's all he was going to be able to do with that pitch would be to ground it, a ground ball or fouled off.
So it pops up, shallow right field, coming forward on it. And he will make the grab. So Hutt Valley Marist do tag on a run from Corey List, drive into left field. They leave 3 runs to 1. Don't go anywhere. I imagine a lot more scoring to come.
Being a Maro 2 local, supporting our community is at the heart of everything we do. From the Aoranui Hospice, Just Silch and Replay connecting second-hand sports gear, we make giving back our mission. Thank you for all the great feedback with over 1,500 5-star reviews. It's a great reward for our team that their hard work is acknowledged by our customers. And now with the addition of Order Care, we're a one-stop shop. The team are proud to have grown alongside the community, and with your continued support, we look forward to the journey ahead.
No, my goodbye, and welcome back into a overcast day here. But happy to say no rain on the radar at the moment, so we're happy about that. Day 1 was affected by the rain. As you see, a first pitch lift out to left field, got room, and he'll make the catch out there, Will Woolley. So 1 quick out as we come back into the bottom of the 3rd innings. Hutt Valley Marist lead by 2, as you can see on the scoreboard. There was a Joel Evans 2-run home run in the first innings. Corey List lifted one to left field, but played another run in the second innings. And Jack Beesgrove drove in one for Mount Albert Ramblers in the bottom of the first. That's how we've got the score line right now. Lance, you asked a question as we look at top of the order here. Brock Evans step in. About the playing shirt of Mount Albert Ramblers. Well, this year is their 80th Jubilee. Fantastic achievement. Whoa! If we can get a read on it, guy's just gone away. But I don't know about you, Lance, seeing that live, it almost looked like he put his elbow out of that.
Well, it certainly didn't look like he tried to get his elbow out of the way. I won't say that he leaned into it, but definitely not a drastic attempt to get that elbow out. But when you're trailing by a couple of runs in a big game like this, you're going to do everything you can to try to get on base, and Brock Evans on base for the second time in this game.
Brings up the bat here, Ryan Early. Back to the shirt. So 80th Jubilee for Mount Albert Ramblers. What an achievement. Don't know many softball clubs around the world that have been going for 80 years, Lance. How cool.
No, I'm completely floored by that, Chopper. That's such an incredible number when you look at how long it's been around, and there's really no surprise based on the quality of softball players that have come out of New Zealand over the years, but 80 years in existence for anything, including a person, is impressive in itself. So, man, a club 80 years, I'd love one of those jerseys, that's for sure. I have to put that on the list next time I'm down there, along with my Beyond the Dugout gear that I'm still waiting for. But we're going to leave that alone.
Oh, wow. There you go. Now, you know why the guy only brings a duffel bag to a tournament. He takes 3 suitcases home of free gear. One, he wants a free flight, and 2, he wants free gear at the same time.
Just a couple duffels, Chopper. I don't think that's too much to ask for me visiting. Gee. After all, you're using the penthouse. You got to pay up somehow.
Fair enough, my friend. Fair enough. Jack Beesgrove slashes it first pitch. Back to the shirt. So their 80th Jubilee from Mount Albert Ramblers, and it's a throwback shirt. So apparently they found in the archives it was a shirt design from way, way, way back in the day. And I must admit, the very first time I saw it was a tournament out at Howick in the first half of the summer year, and Max Early was playing left field for some reason. I was out in the outfield, and I said to him, did someone lose a bet with the design of the shirt? And he's like, no, it's a throwback shirt from our Jubilee. I was like, oh, good on you. That makes sense. But maybe back in the day, someone lost a bet when they designed it. I don't know. You tell me, Lance.
Well, I think I like it. I think it's fashionably very unique, let's say. And the fact that it has even some meaning behind it's even better. Like I said, my initial impression was a combination of a softball and a rugby jersey together, and I just kind of like it. I think it's very stylish and something a little different. So hats off to them for doing that. I know how you are about blue gloves, pink batting gloves, pink bat, fluorescent shoes. I know how you are, so.
Pulled over the top. Oh, he's done it again, Beesgrove. He's driven in another run here for Mount Albert Ramblers. Both runs in the ball game have come off the bat of Jack Beesgrove.
Well, that's what happens when you've got an all-world ball player like Beesgrove. He is not just a outstanding pitcher inside that circle, but when he steps up and he's batting in the 3 spot, already has a couple of RBIs in this game, and a big one there for the Ramblers as they close the gap now to 3-2.
You see the assistant coach come right up in the face of the next batter. That'd be unusual. You'd never see that normally. But however, that's that coaching combination we're talking about. So it's Reese Evans batting now. I believe he's the head coach, and Calvin Roberts is down at first base as the assistant. So they've come down to have a little chat about this situation right now. 1 down, runners in the corners. What strategy you want to go with? It'd be something like that, I bet you. Impressive to see. And here's the strategy. It's a run and pause. Unfortunately for them, they deflate their tactical play because the ball goes loose. So runners are now in scoring position. But that's one thing, Lance, maybe not so much in North America, but in New Zealand, the ploy and base running or deking the opposition, it's a real thing.
Well, I think that overall, I mean, speaking from a resident of North America, I think that just basic aggressive base running for this sport has, I won't say been perfected by New Zealand, but it certainly added it as a weapon. And by that I mean being aggressive on the bases can put the pressure on the defense. It can get you easy runs. It can get you much needed runs. And that's, I think, the whole idea of playing the game the way it's supposed to be played. And that is just fundamentally where it starts. And that was one of the first things when I started playing the sport that I noticed about playing against New Zealand teams and New Zealand players was the aggressive way they run the bases. And that was something, in some way, I wanted to do it exactly like that.
2-2 to count here. So it pops up. It'll go out of play, though. You can see the 500-seater grandstand. There's about 499 people in there. Okay, calm down, Chopper. There's a small Ramblers contingent in this morning. Of course, it's only the 9 o'clock round. Look at that Ramblers logo. Isn't that like reminiscent of Flash Gordon or something, Lance?
That was my first thought, right?
Yeah.
Was they got a little flash going on there, and you know, and then with the back number being inside.
What was the
like
theme song of Flash Gordon? How did that go?
How old do you think I am, Chopper?
Okay,
Flash Gordon.
Flash.
Come on.
Come
on.
Ruler of the universe. Isn't it something like
No, Chopper.
Okay.
That doesn't sound anything like it. Okay. I don't know what you were watching. All right.
First, I was trying to get you to sing on air. That didn't work.
I know.
I'll take one for the team.
I already told you about that 9 a.m. beer. All right. That's why you're singing. Okay. Because really. I don't even know what song that was.
Flesh. It'll bring up Maddox Rice. Oh, look, he's singing it in now. This one fails back.
You don't even know the words.
You don't even know.
There's people out there going, I don't even know why I woke up to all this. You know how many people out there need a mochaccino right now? Thanks to you.
Mount Albert Ramblers, big opportunity here in the bottom of the third innings. Loaded bases. Rice struck it.
Sorry, go ahead, Chopper.
Rice struck a victim in his first at bat, so looking to make an amends, and he can do that with a big way with a loaded bases jam. Bang, hard hit ball. Going back. In, making the catch as a centre fielder. They'll throw to three to try and get the double play. And did they get it before he came home? That's the question. They'll ask it now. We'll try and give a replay of it. But the question is, did they get the out first? And here we get the umpires. Turn the umpire's mic up if we can, please.
The run scores crossing the back. That's right.
Oh, you hear there. Let's look at the replay. You tell us if the run comes in before the throw.
Yep. That's right. You give it to me, I'll throw it out.
Oh, what do you think, Lance?
Well, that's pretty close. It looked even closer on the video. Initially, I thought the run would not have counted because I thought that the runner took his foot off the gas pedal, didn't come in all the way hard.
I just wanted it as a practice
pulled
ball
up a bit.
It is.
Let's take
before we go away, let's take another look at that replay if we can, and we'll slow it right down as we get to the throw coming in. Let me have a look here. Lifts it up to the outfield. Okay, here comes the throw now. I'll slow it right down for you. Is he tagged? First tag there. Now he crosses home plate. Oh, big call. Big call. The game is tied at 3 apiece going into the fourth innings. And boy, oh boy, they don't have the advantage of super slow-mos. Will that be the difference in this game? We'll find out when we come back. Don't go anywhere. Beauty balling up here. We're all tied up at 3. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and boy, oh boy, an outstanding game here as we see a little bit more of that replay, and that'll bring us back into live here in the innings. Top of the fourth, and it's Cowboy Taylor that'll lead off for Hutt Valley Marist. We've got a tied ball game now, 3 apiece between these two teams, and Lance, all games are full of moments, aren't they?
Well, they are. That's what makes up the entire sequence of the game and why every little piece sort of to the puzzle is important. And, you know, that may be a big run. That run may end up being the difference in this game. And the fact that you didn't hustle all the way down is, you know, unfortunate. And it just goes to show you that you've got to be going at 100% at all times.
Sure is indeed, my friend. I think the big thing too is that with those plays like that, we have the beauty of slowing it right down. So we reduced that. I think it was 25% of the speed when we saw that last replay, Lance. And it took us a couple of good looks at it. I thought looking at it live was the way we saw it in the replay, but we get the beauty of seeing it a number of times. And our umpires, you know, they've got to call it in a split second. It's a tough call, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. And the umpires have the toughest job on the diamond. That's just the reality of it. And 99% of the time they get it right. So it's an awfully tough thing to do. It's an art. Not everyone can be an umpire. And they got it right the first time, and the video just verified their call.
Well, indeed. And I just see Mark Porteous is coming to the grandstand. And we might have to try and get him in the booth, Lance, so you can have a chat. You'll know, obviously, Porty from our times. We'll get Mark Porteous to come on up. Yeah, we'll get him in here so you can have a chat to him. And maybe he might explain how good these umpires. What I did see in that play, though, the umpires will rotate in a play like that. So the home plate umpire, Robbie Sadgrove, went to 3 to make the call there. The first base umpire wheeled down to cover home plate. So it was Sam Michael with the call on whether he was going to be home or safe. Sadgrove, the home plate umpire, went to Michael to confirm the call. They said no, he crossed home plate first. So they moved in the right direction. It's just a tough play to call. That's all.
Yeah, and I mean that's just the way things go. And again, when you're rotating again, you're taking your eye off things too. So a bit of a skill set too. And umpires practice all those in their training and what they do, and also their communication. So they were on the same page there.
Sure is indeed. And, mate, we are on the same page, and we couldn't do it without our umpires. I'm pleased to report that Mark Porteous is going to join us in the booth shortly. Lance Warren joining us in commentary here in this very important morning game. And, of course, we've known Porty for quite a while, mate. Well, I have locally, but you have internationally. And I do remember in Shanghai seeing him doing the Shanghai dance at one stage. It was pretty impressive.
Well, I always like that you seem to recall stories that involved everybody else, yet you tend to leave yourself as though you were an innocent bystander. So,
there was that scene out of a kung fu movie as we were chasing someone trying to steal my bag out of the foyer at one stage. And in the end, we found out it was just you hiding my bag.
Well, that was a good one, actually, and I'm glad you admitted to that one. That was a big one. I mean, Porty's dance, well, we all remember that moment, okay, and I'm sure he does too. Was it one dance or two?
The Shanghai swing dance from Mark Porteous. He's going to join us in just a moment here. Top of the fourth innings, 3-all apiece. Real good game going here. These two teams are bringing it this morning. I believe potentially they're both through to the top 8. It'll just decide who's 1 and 2. There's a hard hit ball here from Woolley. Coming forward, though, centre fielder early. He will make the catch. So a 1 away here.
I'm out.
Well, there's a whole lot of early and a whole lot of Evans going on in this game. I'll just note on my scorecard that it's nice to see a family affair, and some of the things that you're not always privy to from this side of the globe in Canada is when you have siblings playing together on a regular basis, and that is something that is traditionally been a very popular thing and a very usual thing in New Zealand. Not the case so much here in Canada. There are other sporting options that, are broken up by age divisions, so they don't allow your siblings to play on the same team unless they're close in age. But what a great thing to see, and you certainly don't wonder why traditionally things are going the right way here.
Hutt ball, no tag at first base, looking for a double. He is back in time. So Hoggett flies out. And yeah, very cool to see siblings. And you're right, quite a number of Evans, quite a number of Earlys. So it makes it easy to make a softball team, though, if you recruit your brothers, doesn't it?
Well, it sure does. You always have someone to play catch with, someone that can throw while you're hitting, and it makes a big difference. But I think it's about the culture being ingrained and the foundation. That's what this game is, and it's ingrained in the culture. And as a young player, you want to get out there, you want to play some softball, you want to play rugby. Those are two very popular sports, and and what better way to do it? Follow in your brother's footsteps or in your sister's footsteps, and have them come along with you. And mom and dad will join that party, and again, it becomes a family event and a family affair.
One away here in the top of the fourth innings. Apologies, I've got two away here. Chopper's really.
I've got two on my scoreboard.
Yeah.
Just
Thank
stating.
you. Thanks.
Not that that's right, but I figured you'd need a little help. So
Yeah, I think all we need is you to do the scoreboard, and we'll be A-OK, to be fair.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That one fouls back. It's Keenan Eastholm here, the shortstop for Hutt Valley Marist. Hutt Valley Marist, well, they are coached. There's a couple of reasons why they've made a rise to shine this year, their program. They've always been there or thereabouts, but the middle eight, that's kind of where Hutt Valley Marist fits. But this year, they're not a middle eight team, they're a top eight team. And Tyson Byrne, the ex-Black Sox world champion from 2013, he's at the head of the ship, managing the team from the dugout. They've got Blair Easthope assisting over at third base coach, and his whanaunga, Scotty Easthope, who will join us in commentary at some stage when he gets an opportunity. He's over at first base. A good coaching crew at Hutt Valley Marist. Inside out swing. That'll land in for the third out. That'll get us done in the top of the fourth innings. Bottom coming up. They're locked at 3. And Mark Porteous to join us with the last win. See you soon.
Second one with a big rip in it. Yeah. Right, hitting the tar seal. Happy days, let's go. Rock and roll.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the fourth innings. Got a real good game going here. 3 apiece between Hutt Valley Marist, our man over Ramblers, and the cowboy, Taylor, the catcher, takes the first out. That's impressive. Lance Wynn joining us in commentary. Lance, this game has got a bit of everything tight right now.
Well, it sure has, and you can see that it's going to come down to one play, potentially one run, one way or the other. And I think these two teams certainly have shown that they are worthy to get into the top 8, and that whoever they are matched up with come playoff round is going to have their hands full.
And they get a swing on Kyle Roberts, Dinger, who steps in to go to plate. And allow me to introduce into the booth Mark Porteous, umpire of the year. I've lost count on how many fingers you've won that 3 times. Mark Porteous has won the New Zealand Softballer of the Year. Joined us on commentary. Kia ora, Mark, or Porty. We know he is.
Kia ora, Chopper.
Yeah, but how you doing?
I'm really good. Great to hear you too, Lance. Great to be chatting.
Pleasure is mine, Porty. It's great to hear from you and great to see you, and look forward to the next time you and I can crack one of your choice, okay?
Absolutely.
Of course, Mark Porteous is a beer connoisseur. Craft beer is what you like, isn't
I
it?
enjoy craft beer, yes I do.
Yeah, there you go. I bet you every time you have to order one, you've got to buy one for Lance at the same time.
So some people are nice and they offer, right? They don't hold a grudge, like a certain someone I know, right? But Porto has always been very generous about sharing his wealth.
Hard hit ball to second base, and Dinger will go down for the second out here in the bottom of the 4th innings. Porty, we are going to at some stage try and bring back the replay of the out at third base and the runner coming home, but we'll try and get that for you at some stage.
Okay.
However, mate, talk us through the process of an umpire.
In what way?
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah,
He's like, Chopper, you've only got 7 innings.
Yeah.
Porty, what's it like being an umpire? Tell us about it.
Well, it's one of the greatest feelings I've ever had on the softball diamond. I was a player for many years, and sort of a good field no-hit third baseman. And when it was time to hang up my boots, I wanted to stay involved, so I decided to have a crack at umpiring, and it was the best decision I ever made. Wish I'd made it earlier. It has taken me all sorts of places around the world, get to meet wonderful people like yourselves, and look, it's very much like these teams out here. We're all wanting to play for the top spot. We're getting together all the time, talking about plays, talking about decisions that are made, and we'll just wait for this pitch to come down and really getting involved as best we can on a daily basis.
Well, getting involved, really good. Well, we might stay with it here. Mark Porteous is with us. We keep on cutting some shots to the players, maybe the umpires. Let's get some shots to the umpires if we can, Matty. Mate, it's awesome for you to give us an insight of what it's like to be an umpire for you personally. If we look at some of your highlights, mate, you've been to so many World Cups. I'm going to ask you to tell us the best ballpark that you've umpired at, or favourite.
Rosedale. Right here on Freeman Field is my favourite diamond and I have played in some large stadiums and some noisy stadiums, but this is one of the best diamonds you'll ever see on its good days, and it's scrubbed up really well for this weekend as well.
Lance, you got to call the Tokyo Olympics for CBC, and of course, Porty, you were over there officiating. Lance, how did he do at the Olympics?
Well, you know what? That's the thing about Porty. He doesn't give me a whole lot to work with as far as any kind of criticism. He is pretty. He's obviously a world-class umpire. Carries himself that way, and you know when he steps out on the diamond, the players automatically respect him and the calls that he makes, and that's the way it should be. And I just thought that he fit in quite well with some of the best umpires in the world, something I already knew, but to see it from a different capacity other than a WBSC capacity was a real pleasure. And I will tell you, Porty, that, you know, although we're not blood related, I was damn proud to see you out there, and I was rooting for you all the time.
Thank you. Thank you, Lance. Yeah, I mean, one of my favourite games was the plate game I did in at the Olympics between Japan and Canada. Unfortunately, it sort of knocked Canada down, but it was a 1-0 to Japan in 8 innings, and it was an absolutely fantastic game to be involved with, that's for sure.
Top of the 5th innings here, 3 apiece. It'll be Murphy Albright, Joel Evans, and Corey List, 1, 2, and 3 here. We've got that replay for you, Porty. I'm just going to wait for a moment in the game that allows us to play it. So don't capture any more replays if you don't mind. Just hold for a second. And that one fouls it. Maybe now, let's have a quick look at it now, Porty. Tell me what's your thoughts on this replay. So this is the fly ball. There's a runner at 3. Yes, and another runner on the base. No, this is not the replay. Sorry, apologies. We'll try and grab it for you later. We got close to it. I was going to say the scoreboard looked out of whack, but that's not unusual. Lance Winter will attest to that, that's for sure. As we see one dunk into the outfield. Porty, when you see on the big stage here at Club Nationals, people like Robbie Sadgrove getting the plate assignment, how does that make you guys feel as a Blue Crew?
Well, I'm very proud of Robbie because he came up through the ranks here at North Harbour, and he's worked hard at his craft to the extent that he is now an international umpire, WBSC certified, and has in the last few days been appointed to be the New Zealand Exchange at the ISCs in August this year.
Oh, that's awesome. Lance, from your perspective, working with umpires as a commentator, but also in your time as a player, what were some of the questions you've always wanted to ask an umpire?
Well, I think that first off, we forgot to mention that we're in the midst of our slide to 5, but with that aside, I think that it's always been just how do you establish the strike zone? What's your criteria? And, how difficult or how easy is it to keep that consistent throughout the whole game? I mean, the umpires are the only ones out there. They don't get a break between innings. They don't get a rest. They got to be involved in every single play. So mentally, you have to be focused for the entire 7 innings. So to me, it's just how do you guys stay focused with that? And what are you looking for early on in the game from a pitcher? Is he trying to establish his control as he tries to establish his strike zone?
Yeah. Well, that's a great question, Lars. And look, the strike zone is established by the rule book, of course, and that's the way we call it. But it's obviously very difficult when you've got a fast-moving sphere coming through a three-dimensional box that's moving with the height and of the batter. So it's very we look at little keys, the way where the batter's standing, where the catcher's set up, even things as to understanding pitching and their idiosyncrasies. If someone has a particular pitch that they use in a particular moment, we should be looking for that at all the time. And nice play there at second, but he's safe back at third base.
Yeah. Bang, bang.
Yeah, but and how we stay focused is we basically work on a sort of a one pitch at a time regime, and we take micro pauses. After every pitch, we micro pause. If there's times, we might have, the batter might think we missed a pitch or something like that, we just flush that and move on to the next one. That one's history, the next one's a mystery, and work on that basis. So, but it's important that we do maintain our focus for the integrity of the game, for the integrity of the players, the mana that is involved with these teams. And what they're aspiring to do. And as I said earlier, we're aspiring to do the same things. We're here, a lot of us are aiming to make the final. And so we know that we've got to perform throughout to make sure that we're ready for that game on Sunday at 1 p.m.
Well, I will say, Chopper, that that the time we got to spend with the umpires when we travel and sit down with them in the off hours, and how particular they are about going over things that happened in the day, and the way they communicate with each other and sort of do that. So, Porty, hats off to you guys for that. And I think my question really, I should have just said, how do you deal with the strike zone? And I know the book says the strike zone, but every player is shaped differently. So the strike zone kind of morphs each and every batter. So you guys really do a great job of adjusting the flow, keeping things tidy in the game, keeping guys on the straight and narrow, and great on your part to be able to do it at a world-class level.
Sure is indeed. Big moment in the game here. Mount Albert Ramblers up against the fence. It's 3-3. Runners in the corners here for Hutt Valley Marist, and a chance for them to grab the lead here in the top of the 5th innings. Ball down low. Noah Cronin, the batter, he's already driven in a run here in the match for Hutt Valley Marist.
3 balls, 1.
And he's got himself a hitter's count right here. Of course, Mark Porteous joining us in commentary. 3-time umpire of the year. Attended the Tokyo Olympics as an official umpire. And hard hit ball comes off the glove of shortstop, and Marist will convert here. Wow, oh wow, big part of the ball game. How good.
Well, that's just a hard hit ball and a tough hop, and that's what happens at short sometimes, depending on what infield you're playing on. And the whole idea was to hit it hard somewhere and let the chips fall where they may. And Albright, in the middle of all the scoring, he's come in. He scored for the 3rd time in this game.
So Hutt Valley Marist leading 4-3 here. 2 runners on, just the 1 away in the 5th innings. And a little pressure now on the pitcher from Mount Albert Ramblers, Floyd Nola. This one just outside. L up. There you go. You can hear the confirmation.
You're talking about the, this is the 3rd time through the order. So guys have had a look at Nola, and Nola now has to make some adjustments to each of these hitters.
Back pick, and he's off and running on the pitch. That's clever. Corey List Deeks, the catcher from Mount Albert Ramblers, knew the play was on. That's top-level shelf stuff right there.
Well, I'm not quite sure. You certainly don't see that on a regular basis, but that was some outstanding base running. And I think they would have had him on the throw down the 2nd, but great job on the fake and able to get over the 3rd.
And Corey List has become quite the player right now, that's for sure. Pretty sure I got the count brutalised to here, Porty. I hear it's 2-2. You're sitting there quietly going, Chopper, you're making a mockery of the scoreboard in front of me. Yeah, it's easy for you.
You just can't count, Porty. He's got good intentions, Porty. He just can't count. That's all.
Yeah. Hey.
I'm not watching the game. I'm watching the umpires.
This fouls off. Well, one thing with the count, we know Mark Porteous, 3-time New Zealand Umpire of the Year. He can keep the counter right, but he also works for a bank, so he's really good with numbers. So I'm striking out left, right, and centre here. 2-2 the count on Woolley. Back to the pitcher. Checks, goes to 2, no way, double play, no they don't. Ramblers try their luck. Well, that's a top level play. They'll get the out, but they'll trade a run, and at the same time, if they pull it off, they're out of the innings. That is a tough play. Wow, oh wowee.
Well, I'm not so sure. I mean, you either pull your infield in and cut down that run, or you are at double play depth so that you can turn 2, and I think that the Ramblers may have got caught a bit in between with that and just couldn't convert. Ball just wasn't hit hard enough to be able to turn 2 on that play.
First pitch hitting is Cowboy Taylor, and he'll go to right field with that. So all of a sudden, Hutt Valley Marist are finding their rhythm right here. Porty, as an umpire, do you react to this to the pace of the game, or like in this case, we're all locked up at 3. Now Marist drive in 2 runs. What happens to your mindset as an umpire?
There's no change. I mean, it's from the start of the game to the end of the game. We are focused on what's going on in front of us, and so we don't allow the score to affect our thinking or our motions or anything like that. So these guys out here, they're gonna stay focused because they know that this game is far from over.
Far from over indeed. Crew's been waiting patiently for me to play that replay. But that's okay. We'll bring it at the end of the innings, lads. You just keep on capturing the way. You've done a fantastic job. Young Brian Woolley now, the third baseman, getting his opportunity. Chopper hasn't. There's the car. I should get you to do the scoreboard, Porty. You have a better chance. Well, there's one in the river. Lance asked the question a little bit about around the strike zone and stuff. Officially, what is the strike zone, Porty?
Oh, God, that's a hard question.
Isn't it?
It's a ball beneath the sternum
we're
and a full ball above the knee and over the plate.
That wasn't hard.
So wait, well.
Now you're going to expect the ball to call it exactly.
Hold on. Run that by the Canadian one more time, please. That's what? Knees to where?
Sternum. Bottom of the sternum, the chest plate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chest and over the plate. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've got you to answer that question. Now, let's get you to answer the question. We're going to play the replay from earlier on in the match. The score was 3 runs to 2 to Marist. Ramblers are batting, loaded bases. And we'll just see, here we are. The fly ball. Watch this, Porty, and get your interpretation.
Bottom 5.
There comes out at third base is the third out of the innings, and the runner coming home is the other one. We're just going to play that again for you, Porty, and we'll start right down at the end. You talk us through what you see.
Okay, so we've got fly ball to centre field. As soon as the ball is touched, the runner can go. He's off now. We've got a good throw.
I don't know what score is. There? It's better than it was.
And we've got the third, the home plate umpire has rotated down, and he's obviously seen a tag go onto the batter before the runner's feet have hit the base. It's a very close play. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But, and he's a lot closer than we are as well. So he possibly could have been a little bit closer down towards there because in this rotation, there's four umpire crew rotation.
When you talk us through what is in a play like that, how do the umpires rotate?
Okay, so we generally will rotate clockwise.
Yeah.
So in that particular case, U2 has Steve Gallagher has gone out to centre field. He's looking for the catch, no catch. So U3 is now going to rotate down towards second base to take any runners that are coming towards second base. The plate umpire rotates down to third base to make the call at third base, and because after the catch, we've got the out. U1 rotates down to the plate for any subsequent play at the plate.
Gotcha.
So that was a good rotation.
Yeah.
Everyone followed the directions of the mechanics protocols.
Fantastic. Real tight play there. Hutt Marist have tagged on 2 more runs here after Ramblers were gifted that one. No, I'm not saying they was gifted one. My bad, Footy. But it was a close bang play for sure. Whether he was home first or the tag at 3, not the third out.
Yeah.
If the tag is first and before the runner gets home,
That would be a time play. So if the tag happened before the run scored, then the run doesn't count.
Yeah.
If it happened after, then the run would have counted. So it's a very important thing,
Yes.
and we've got to have U1 who's come down watching that play, watching the runner touch the plate because obviously the plate umpire has moved down.
Yeah.
So that's why that's important that rotation works effectively.
Very simple to umpire. U2 goes to the outfield. U3 goes to 2. U1 comes to P. P goes to 3.
Yep.
And I don't know who's on third or what's on second.
I don't know. Third base, right?
But Albert and Costello got a lot to answer for as we continue here in this one, 2 away in the bottom of the 5th innings. We appreciate you, Porty, for explaining that. Mate, it's much better than Lance and I because you're way more educated than both of us put together.
Always a
more.
pleasure and great talking to you again, Lance. We'll catch up soon, okay?
For sure, Porty, for sure. You take care.
You betcha.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Umpire of the Year 3 times. Not just once, not just twice, but 3 times he's got the big trophy. It is Mark Porteous, North Harbour's proud son. Average player in his own admission, but a fantastic umpire. And thank you for taking the time to be with us here today. Hey, I might even get a free umpiring hat or something, Lance. When am I learning?
Settle down. Stay out of your lane, pal. Stay out of your lane. All right? I may be able to help you out.
Fantastic indeed. And great to have you along here. We've got actually a really good game going on in front of us, Lance. It's been simply outstanding. These two teams have actually, for a 9 o'clock game, end of the round robin, have gone at each other, haven't they?
Well, they have, and Hutt Valley has not backed down at all. I've been impressed with the way they've continued to battle back. And the Ramblers, of course, they have been rolling along here, and they have not trailed in any game so far at this tournament until now. And it'll be interesting to see how they respond to the pressure. Right now, a great job being done here by Corey List. He's leading the way for Hutt Valley.
This one flies up. It'll be outside the playing area, though. Good communication from Cowboy Taylor behind the dish. Got room, got room. Okay, no, you don't. Yeah, you do, Lance. No, you don't.
Well, you know what? As long as you add the no, you don't at the end, then you're okay. But you're supposed to know to pull up when someone says that.
A hard hit ball from early, but it'll go down the trunk of the left fielder, and Hutt Valley Marist with their chest pumping a little right now. They lead by 2 against the reigning national champions, Mount Albert Ramblers. 5-3. See you soon.
Being a Mount 2 local, supporting our community is at the heart of everything we do. From the Aoranui Hospice, Just Silch, and Replay connecting second-hand sports gear, we make giving back our mission. Thank you for all the great feedback with over 1,500 5-star reviews. It's a great reward for our team that their hard work is acknowledged by our customers. And now with the addition of Order Care, we're a one-stop shop. The team are proud to have grown alongside the community, and with your continued support, we look forward to the journey ahead.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 6th innings here. Got a beauty going on between Hutt Valley Marist and Mount Albert Ramblers. Robbie Eastope, he fueled up the corporate jet to get him here today to watch his beloved team. And Mount Albert Ramblers, well, they're enjoying themselves in the dugout. This one fouls back. Leading off for Marist here in the top of the 6th innings, it'll be Shire Hoggett's, Keaton Easthope. Top of the order, Murphy Albright. Will get us underway here. This one down and misses away with the bat, and so that'll be the first out. Lance, mate, what have you thought about the match? I guess we're 2/3 of the way through it now, but what have you thought of this game between Hutt, Marist and Ramblers?
Well, I thought, like I said at the beginning, Chopper, that this is two heavyweights going at it. These two teams are playing each other as though this is a playoff game here.
And this one gets away. On a sneaky run, Keenan Easthope. Boy, first pitch. This kid's got a little bit of spunk about him, doesn't he?
He does, and you know what? Why not change things up a bit? Lay one down, or at least try to lay one down for a base hit. He's got good speed, got it down nicely, and really put the pressure on the defense. And that's a big runner right there. If somehow Hutt Valley can push this run across, that'll be big. Only a couple of innings left.
You can see here, puts the pressure on the thrower. Goes down to the edge. More importantly for Hutt Valley Marist right here is it lays the table for the top of the order. Murphy Albright and Joel Evans now. Floyd Noel was going to have to navigate them.
Well, Murphy Albright's been a real thorn in the side of the Ramblers here today. He's been on base all 3 times, and he scored 3 runs.
Oh, fine play by the shortstop, Brock Evans, ranging over into foul territory. That's nice.
I think you're understating that. That is an unbelievable play right there by Evans. Look at how long he goes. This is in foul territory, ranging to his right, and he goes all the way into foul territory and catches this ball awkwardly because it's tailing away. So it's kind of in between the over-the-shoulder and a basket catch. So great job there. Great athleticism, and boy, well, if you don't have an Evans at short, really, you're getting a short end of the stick. So good job on Evie.
The short
those boys can play.
You do indeed. You did right. This pitch is in the river. I use that term often, the river. What is the river, Lance?
Which river are you talking about, Chopper?
Well, not the creek outside your outside your front door. And I guess they use the terminology. It's that gap between the home plate and the line of the batter's box. You can see there on the shot from centre field. These are I don't know. In your terminology, maybe like a 2-inch gap there between the home plate and the batter's box line on the far side. And if
I see.
Yeah.
Well,
pitcher can
is that not the runner's lane, or?
If the pitcher can get called a strike in that area there, that 2-inch area, which I call the river, then he's sailing away without a doubt.
Oh, well, that explains it, because you're making up your own terminology, so I'm not upset that I don't understand. Okay.
Surprise, surprise.
You can't just say it and it is, you know.
Yeah. Well, there we go. We explained it for our viewers out there across the country and around the world. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. Joel Evans, a real treat to watch. A big 2-run home run from him to lead off this game. And that pitch is filthy on the outside edge, as it'll take care of business. And that'll also take care of the 5th innings. Got a good one going on. It is Marist leading 5 runs to 3 with the river in tow. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Freeman Field on day 3, the last game of the pool round robin matches. And Hutt Valley Marist and Auckland Ramblers, I believe, I haven't been told officially, but I believe the winner of this game will get the top billing coming out of their pool. Of course, the top billing teams don't get an easier run in the top 8 playoff, but they'll only play, if you can imagine, there are 4 pools, and the top from each pool go in. So 1 and 2 will go into the top 8, but they then split into 2 sections of 4. So if you're 1, you're only going to face one other 1. You'll face 2 2s. Does that make sense? So there is a slight advantage. If you finish top of your pool, you should have 2 second-place teams in your next playoff pool that you go into for the top 8. I think I just confused it, everyone. Lance Wynn, are you confused?
Well, no. I mean, I think basically what you're saying is that if you finish as a top seed, as you move along in the playoff round, you'll be taking on a lower seed. But I think once you get to the top 8, you're playing a do-or-die game anyway. So you have to be on your game, and there's no margin for error. So I think when this one's over, regardless who wins, you got to win every other game from this point on anyway if you want to win this championship. And I think there's going to be no easy ones after this one anyway.
No easy ones indeed. 2-2 the count here. Top 8 is where you want to be. All the clubs in New Zealand strive for a top 8 finish. Ground ball, and down to first base goes for the first out here. Lance was lucky enough to create a premier team out of Rotorua many years ago, and we started a vision, and it was top 8 was the vision, and we achieved it in 2 years. It was a phenomenal feat. We did bring in 2 Argentinians and 1 Canadian into the team to help us get there, but boy oh boy, it was such a cool feeling to lift the ball club into the top 8.
Well, that's something that is a quite an accomplishment, quite frankly, in a place where you've got so many teams, so many good ball players. You've got the international factor with ball players from other countries coming to play in what is the best. Well, we'll call it a winter league. It's your summer, but it's our winter in North America. So, you know, to be able to just get on a team and play there is a feat, let alone the fact that you're playing with and against some of the best ball players in the world internationally. That's that in itself. So you should really be proud of that, Chopper, because with 22 teams coming into this tournament, for you to finish anywhere near even in the top 10 is something to be very proud of.
Ground ball to East Type. He's been good at shortstop. He'll vacuum that one up in a hurry. And Hutt Valley Marist really lifted here this morning. And, of course, we mentioned they're led by 3 very good coaches, but the top job is handled by Tyson Byrne, and world champion Black Sox member, right here on home soil, 2013. Knows how to get it done, and he's changed this team, this premier team from Hutt Valley Marist immensely over the last 2 years.
Well, I think there's something to be said about coaches that transition from player to coach, and in that in-between time, you're still very familiar and friendly with some of the players because you still have just played. You're moving to the ranks where now you're sort of in charge, so the respect factor's still there. These guys have seen what you can do out on the diamond, so you're not trying to prove anything. So I think that makes a big difference going forward.
Big difference today. It's a 1-2-3, bottom of the 6th innings. Hutt Valley Marist will head into the dugout looking for an insurance run when they come back in the top of the 7th. Don't go anywhere. Joel Evans has been a difference maker offensively. Corey List has been a difference maker with his rat's tail at the back of his. How good, boys. How good. Oh, they call that a horsey or something, Lance, when you'd know. You're all about hairstyles.
Listen, stop trying to drag me into that. Okay? You always try to drag me into these fashion statements these guys are trying to make. Let these young men wear their style the way they want to style it, okay? I know you still got a little bit of hair envy. I know it's been tough for you, but come on, you got to let it go, bro. You got to.
Yeah, Corey List stays red hot with his rat's tail horsey as he slides around to second base with a solid hit. He's driven in a run today and a candidate for a player of the match easily. As you see, look at that horsey fly in the wind. Isn't it a beautiful thing, Lance?
Yeah, it is. And List has done a little everything. A couple of doubles. He's scored a run. He's cashed in a run. And he's thrown a gem. So there really isn't a whole lot this young man has not done in this ballgame.
There's no runner will come out to run for List at second base. So that's Jackson Nicholson will take over out there. And they'll hand the baton over in the batter's box to Noah Crinan, who's had a good day at the plate as well, Lance.
Well, Crinan's up there, and you can see he looks very comfortable in the batter's box. A couple of hits. He reached base on an error, cashed in a run with that error, and I'm interested to see here because with a runner at second base, he's your cleanup hitter, so they're going to hope that he can bang in this run here and extend the lead and give them a little insurance.
This one comes through the zone. So in the hole here,
I have been impressed.
Sorry.
I have been impressed with Floyd Nola as well. He has done a good job to keep Hutt Valley in check. I mean, he's given up 5 runs, but his defense has been tight behind him, and they've all been earned runs. So
fights this one. First time Floyd Nola's been tested. So we come through 2 days of play. He's faced 45 batters, 12 innings pitched from Floyd Nola. Only given up 1 run at 0.58 ERA. He's been on fire. And this is his first real test here on day 3, Lance.
well, and it just goes to show you how well Hutt Valley's playing right now. Is they came out, put up a couple runs on the board in the first inning, added another in the third, 2 more in the 5th. So they certainly aren't intimidated. They're not backing down, and they're looking for more.
Crinan's having himself a fantastic week. Here, 1 and 2 the count on him. Statistically 4th top player with RBIs. 8 of them on the tournament. He'd love to grab another one here. Insurance run in the 7th. Here outside. No, the call from umpire Sadgrove. It's great to see players excel, isn't it, Lance?
Well, it is. It's nice to turn the page and watch the chapters go by and watch a career, begin. The beginning, the middle, and the end is always a treat for us. That's one of the benefits we have sitting in the booth.
One fouls back. One of the real benefits for sure, being able to see some fantastic play, both domestically, internationally. Lots of different ballparks around the world. I asked Mark Porteous what his favourite ballpark was, and he said Rosedale Park right here at home. And Lance,
well, it'd be hard. It would be hard to beat the Shed, quite frankly. So I'm not quite sure what the status is, but the Shed was the place to be. Therefore, Rosedale Park.
Yes, indeed. Sorry, I just missed that a little bit, Lance. My question was going to be to you, dude. You've been in so many ballparks around this world. What would be one of your faves?
Well, I mean, if you're talking about something new and mind blowing, and boy, I can't believe that they actually have it at this facility. For me, Oklahoma City is probably the most prolific softball park that I've called a game at and have been to. They call themselves the softball capital of the world. Everything is geared, 4 diamonds surrounded by two amazing diamonds. They are in tip-top shape. The stadium is beautiful. The facilities for media are outstanding, and there's not a bad actual spot in the place to watch a game.
Hold on, Hutt hit ball. It's off the top of the fence here. And the Hutt Valley Marist are jumping for joy here. It is Logan Paul Woolley who puts a charge into it. And Hutt Valley Marist put a charge into the scoreboard. 7 runs to 3 now, Lance.
Wow, and that's exactly what they were hoping for, that little bit of breathing room. And Woolley, who had come up 0 for 3, and man, he just made the best of his opportunity, jumped on that pitch and put it high off the fence there out in left field. And the runners were on the move as soon as they saw how hard that ball was hit, and a big 2 runs for Hutt Valley puts them in the driver's seat.
Cowboy Taylor up to bat now. Floyd Nola trying to jam him on the inside. Going to get my crew to get a shot of the dugout door for Mount Albert Ramblers. Because there's someone here, he wants to get out there. He's watching it. He's intent on performing well this week, and he's performed outstandingly. We haven't seen him on the hill in this game for Mount Albert Ramblers, but you can tell in the moment when you see him, I've watched him for just a while now, and he hasn't moved. He is pressed against the gate, wants to charge out onto the field. You can tell, Lance, there you can see his spirit is he wants to play.
Well, that's usually the way he looks, right, come game time. So he definitely wants to be out there, definitely wants to contribute. But you know what? I'm a firm believer that in a tournament like this, if you're the Ramblers, you're sitting at 4-0. I don't think you want to, and again, this is just a personal thing. You never want to go into that playoff round undefeated, because that leaves you open for losing one game in the tournament, finishing 5-1, and you're out. Okay, so I think that you can learn a lot more from a loss than you can from a win, and I think the Ramblers now, after 4 consecutive, I won't say easy wins, but convincing wins, I think now a little bit of a test. I think this is a wake-up call for them, and I think they'll come back even stronger in the playoff round.
Well, you did right, Lance. Fantastic game going on here. Top of the 7th innings. Hard hit ball, Cowboy Taylor for Stays Fair. It's gone. Well, it's in the car park, but it's in foul territory. Oh, these Hutt Valley boys are running red hot right now, Lance.
Well, that ball wasn't foul by much, and I tell you that Taylor had the bat flip going on too, so he knew he got enough of it that it was going to leave the park. It was just a matter of whether or not it was going to stay between the lines, and just drifted foul at the last minute. Too bad for him, but that gives the Ramblers some life.
When you knew the change-up was coming after that pitch, didn't you? You knew that was coming up after that pitch. So
well, he wasn't going to get that same pitch again, that's for sure.
I was just thinking to myself, and I've seen, you can just tell by Nolly's lifting a little here to try and get out of this innings. But sometimes faster is not better. And a change of pace there, perfect timing.
Yeah, and you can tell that when you've got someone like Jack Besgrove on the bench, sitting out, not throwing in this one, that tells you that this was a bit of a leeway game, and that the Ramblers aren't necessarily worried about finishing first or second. They're already in one of those 2 top spots, so I think they know that they're going to have to go on a run in the playoff round to win this again. They've done it before, so they know how to do it, and that's big.
The big thing, too, because it depends on where you finish out of these 2 teams. I mentioned the winner will go 1, I believe, from this section. Potentially, though, I'm not too sure if it's the first or the second place team. They will actually play 3 games today here on day 3. So, yeah, decision on making sure you're looking at, you can't burn out. You don't want to burn out Jack Besgrove on day 3 of a 5-day tournament, do you?
Let's coach this one.
No, and I think that's part of the strategy, and that's one of the things that you have to figure in as a coach or manager of a team is how long is this tournament? You've got to spread it through. you can't come busting out of the gates early and, burn out even quicker. So you have to pace yourself. And that, again, is part of the experience. And when you've won this tournament before, you have a better idea of how to pace yourself and what to do and when are the important moments when you really need someone to step up and which games you really need to win before the playoff round, because once you hit that playoff round, it's every game is a do or die game.
Shire Huggins now takes that one through the zone. From Hutt Valley Marist standpoint, I don't know or remember the last time they ever beat Mount Albert Ramblers, so big moment for them here.
Well, and that gives them a whole lot of momentum heading into that playoff round. They come away with a win here, beat a team that was undefeated, the defending champs, and that does a whole lot for your confidence as a team. And already they came in at 3-1, so they were looking pretty steady. This a big win for them to take them potentially to that next level and compete in the playoff round.
Sure is indeed. So yeah, of course if Hutt Valley Marist hold on to the victory, they'll be 4-1. So will Mount Albert Ramblers, and the tie goes who beat who. So that would put Hutt Valley Marist at the top seed. This is what this game is all about. And you see Logan Paul Woolley at second base clapping his hands. He knows and understands this current situation. We can be the big dog coming out of the pool over the defending champions, Mount Albert Ramblers.
Well, you got to pick up something positive along the way, and I think it's important that a big win like this will do that for you. And anytime you knock off the big dogs, you come in as an underdog and knock off someone like the defending champs. I mean, it's hard to even contain the celebration because you've got to go out there and play another game. So
this is a good punch out from Robbie Sacco back there. Give it a bit of vocals in there. If he'd have sung at the end of that strikeout call, that would have just topped it off, Lance. Two away here, top of the seventh innings. It'll bring up to bat Keenan Eastope. And this young shortstop, he's been fantastic today, hasn't he?
Oh, for sure. He's certainly shown his skills and what he can do. And, when you look at what Nola has done, I mean, this is a guy who struck out 10 in this game, and he's trailing 7-3. So tough one for him, but hats off to Hutt Valley right now with 3 more outs to get.
They sure do indeed. And don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. 4-run buffer for Hutt Valley Marist, looking to get a historical win over Mount Albert Ramblers in the last game of pool play, the morning of day 3 of the National Championship. We'll see you back in a moment. Well, if anyone understands or deserves an opportunity, it's going to be Floyd Nola. He's gone the whole way in this game for Mount Albert Ramblers, and he'll lead off here in the bottom of the 7th inning to be followed by Dinger. Kyle Roberts looking to come good for Chopper. And Max Early 1, 2, and 3 here. There's the defending champions. Ramblers trying to get themselves out of a wee bit of a hole here, Lance, in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, yeah, and a bit of a mountain to climb. 4 runs, the way Hutt Valley has been. They've been extremely stingy, so they haven't been throwing the ball around. They haven't been making mistakes. They have been very tight, they've capitalized on the base runners that they've gotten on, and they've really beaten the Ramblers, or are leading the Ramblers, because they're beating them at their own game. They came out aggressive from the first inning, and they have not let up, scoring throughout the game. And of course, this guy on the hill here in List has been almost untouchable, but he's certainly been a real handful.
Real handful indeed. And of course, Corey List, the Queenslander, took them to the silver medal at the National State Championships only about a month ago. Hard hit ball, and Easto, boy, this kid's been good at shortstop today, and picks up the first out here in the innings.
Well, that's just some routine defense there. But again, when you have an infield like this, I mean, the first game of the day usually not too bad. It's been dragged, everything's okay, and you may you'll get more true hops than not. But by this time in the game, when you're in the seventh and the infield's all chewed up, you don't know what you're going to get on that final hop. And a good job there to smother that and get a big out.
We just got a report in from Diamond 9. Real close matchup. Roosters taking on Southern Pioneers. Just finished in the fifth innings, 22-0. Roosters get the victory in that one. Oh, Southern Pioneers. But I tell you what, it's great to see Southern Pioneers, mate. I haven't seen them in a club nationals for a very long time, and this may be even their debut as well. It's good to have a couple of debuts on the list this year, Lance. And
well, you can't do it twice if you don't do it once. So,
oh, there we go. Dinger. I wouldn't introduce him. I didn't want to put the hex on him. He does get himself an infield single, but I tell you what, look at this replay here. Derek Jeter in the hole here. Keaton Iso.
I don't even know how he even got a throw off. And, I mean, it wasn't close, but that's some outstanding range there going to his right. He picked that up on the third base line pretty much and still got a good throw over using some hang time.
Max Ulio fell back the first pitch he sees. Designated runner is in. Sam Thompson, 15-year-old, out at first base running. All the kids are getting an opportunity today, Lance.
Well, that experience will go a long way. The younger you are, you're getting a taste of what it's like.
Murphy Albright will camp underneath this one for the second outs. And so, just like that, Mount Albert Ramblers will bring in a pinch hitter first. Seth Bourgeois will come in to bat. But big story here is you can hear them making the changes in the background.
Cool, thank you.
Allow the umpire to tell you.
9, 7 out, 5 in.
Simple as that, 7 out, 5 in. Quick and easy. But the big story right now is that Hutt Valley Marist, a historical win against Mount Albert Ramblers. That's 1 out away from achieving that feat. First pitch is down and away from the zone. List for an exceptional match. This one's too tight on the inside. Not hard to be not impressed by this kid today, isn't it, Lance?
Well, very hard not to. He has really done a little everything, and we've seen when you look at his line after striking out in the first inning, a double, an RBI double, got gunned down at the plate, and fielder's choice, scored a run, stole a base, then doubled, scored a run. So he's helped his own cause.
Oh, going for the catch. They run into the gate. They actually knocked the gate open. Trying to get that last out. Look at him charging into the fence. Body on the line, Lance.
Well, that's what you want to see. You want to see a guy willing to take a bullet for his team, and certainly they're trying everything in his power to haul that one in.
High hopper, Albright's there, and Hutt Valley Marist have the historical win over the national champions, defending national champions, Mount Albert Ramblers, 7-3. Lance Wynn, your thoughts on the match?
Good job. Good game.
My thoughts were that was one excellent, well-played ball game. Obviously, two teams that are going to contend when the final day is upon us. And, boy, what a treat. And I say that. Floyd Nola, an outstanding job. Corey List, outstanding as well. Murphy Albright was, a man on a mission to start things off. Joel Evans with the home run, that's kind of what he does. And I was impressed overall with both these two teams out here on the diamond today.
Very, very cool indeed, my friend. I'm going to come back to you for your pick of the MVP of the match on behalf of Beyond the Dugout, but it had a bit of everything, this one. For me, it was all about design and fashion. The Jubilee jersey for Mount Albert Ramblers was pretty impressive, bringing that one back from the yesteryear. Congratulations to Mount Albert Ramblers on their great win as Matt. I'm back on there, and then of course, Hutt Valley Marist came to play this morning. From the get to the go, Murphy Albright lays the table, Joel Evans hits it out of the park, and then they basically hand it over to the kid with a horse, rat's tail, whatever you want to call it, from Queensland, Corey List. Outstanding on both sides of the ball today. MVP, Lance?
Yeah, Corey List is my guy as far as getting the job done, and whenever you're in that circle and you're able to hold the defending champs to just 3 runs, I think you're already a contender for an MVP, regardless of what you do at the dish.
Oh, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That does do us on a day 3, game number 47. Coming up next, game 51 will be the first game of the top 8. It'll be Papa Nui. And we were just waiting for the officials to tell us who Papa Nui will be playing. But it's the top 8 at 1 p.m. is our next game here at Beyond the Dugout on day 3 of competition. Thank you, Lance Wynn, for the penthouse in Las Vegas last night. And, of course, Robbie Eastope for charging up the Learjet to get us back in time for the game. 7 runs to 3, Hutt Valley Marist. Create history today. They topple the big dogs, Mount Albert Ramblers. Top 8 coming up next at 1 p.m. Kia ora koutou katoa. We'll see you all soon. It's a real thing.
Well,
bang, hard hit ball. Going back. In, making the catch as a centre fielder. They'll throw to 3 to try and get the double play. And did they get it before he came home?
In this game, and the fact that he didn't hustle all the way down is, unfortunate. And it just goes to show you that you've got to be...
To confirm the call, they said no, he crossed home plate first. So they moved in the right direction. It's just
on the same page there.
Sure is indeed. And, mate, we are on the same page. And we couldn't do it without our umpires. I'm pleased to report that Mark Porteous is going to join us. It'll just decide who's 1 and 2. There's a hard hit ball here from Woolley. Coming forward, though, centre fielder early. He will make the catch.
But what a great thing to see, and you certainly don't wonder why traditionally things are going the right way here.
Hard ball, no tag at first base, looking for a double. He is back in time. There's quite a number of earlies. So it makes it easy to make a softball team, though. If
someone to play catch with, someone that can throw while you're hitting, and it makes a big difference.
Inside out swing. That'll land in for the Marist. Our Mount Albert Ramblers and the back pick, and he's off and running on the pitch. That's clever. Corey List digs the catcher from Mount Albert Ramblers.
Well, I'm not so sure. I mean, you either pull your infield in and cut down that run, or you are at double play depth so that you can turn through. And I think that the Ramblers may have got caught a bit on 2-2.
1 comes to P goes to 3, and I don't know who's on third.
Pull up when someone says that.
A hard hit ball from early, but it'll go down.
So this is a playoff game here.
And this one gets away. On a sneaky run, Keenan East.
Here today, he's been on base all 3 times, and he scored 3 runs.
Oh, fine play by the shortstop, Brock Evans, ranging over it.
Even in the top 10 is something to be very proud of.
Ground ball to Eastope. He's been good at shortstop. He'll vacuum that
These
one.
guys have seen what you can do out on the diamond, so you're not trying to prove anything. So I think that makes a big difference going forward. To show you how well Hutt Valley's playing right now is They came out, put up a couple of runs on the board in the first inning, added another in the third, 2 more in the fifth. So they certainly aren't intimidated.